Hi guys, it's your girl B Michelle coming at you with another Dollar Tree DIY. So I'm starting with these picture frames here, and I'm using an 8x10 as well as a 5x7, and I'm going to be creating a case, a storage bin case. So you want to start by gluing your frames, gluing the glass down to the frame. You can do it with the glass if you want, or you can do it without. But on the parts that the bin is going to lay on, you do want to use it. So on the 8x10 frames, you do want to make sure that the glass is in there. So I'm just securing the glass and making sure it's in there. And also, if you want to pull these little tabs out, you can. You can wiggle them out, or you can use a pair of pliers and just pull them out. So basically, I just laid the frame down. This is the 8x10 frame. And I'm taking the 5x7 and I'm going to start to build the case. So I'm using the Fix All glue from the Dollar Tree. You can use whatever type of strong glue that you desire. You can use Fix All or whatever type of strong glue that you desire to use. I'm just using the Fix All. And I'm not the neatest when it comes to gluing, but I'm just basically showing you how to build this. So I'm just putting a layer of the Fix All here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it on the other side as well. Just want to put like a thin layer of it because it will kind of ooze out if you have too much. And I did have too much on just about every one. So I did have some that kind of spilled over, but you can also use something to cover up the parts that's glued together if you want to. I didn't want to use diamond wrap, so I just left mine the way it was. But I may later on go and add some beads. So next I followed up with some hot glue. Now the hot glue is optional. You do not have to use the hot glue. This is just for me to get that instant stick because the Fix All will take a little bit longer for it to dry. So for video purposes and, just for me going ahead and moving on, I use the hot glue because it's going to help give it an instant stick versus waiting on the Fix All or whatever type of strong glue that you desire to use to set up for it to stay in place. So I just glued that down on that side, and I'm going to follow up on the other side doing the exact same thing. And if you've seen, I've built like cases. Well, I've built a case like this, similar to this before, but I called it a display case. And then like with the lamp that I made, basically it's the same concept with the lampshade that I made, using these same size frames and just building up a casing here. And the reason why I chose the 5x7, because the bins that I'm going to put in there would actually fit better with this particular size. And I will show all that in this video as well. So basically this is how it's looking. And then I followed up with an 8x10 on top. So I'm basically repeating the same steps with adding the glue. And I'm just using a craft stick on here to kind of spread the glue. So basically it's going to be the same steps. You're just repeating over and over until your case is built up. You can build as many as you desire. I'm going to do a row of 3 per case. And you can do this taller if you want, if 3 isn't going to be tall enough. But I'm also going to show you some other options at the end as far as stacking these. So follow up with the hot glue. As I said again, optional. You don't have to do this. And I'm just placing it on both sides. And then I'll be taking another 8x10 frame and placing it on top. And with this, you just want to make sure everything is lined up. And because the 5x7 is a little bit smaller than the 8x10, you just want to kind of line it up as evenly as possible that you desire to do. You can decide to place the edge of the frame let the edge of one side of each frame meet, or you can try to center it as much as possible. That's totally up to you how you desire to do it. So basically it looks like this. And you just be repeating the same steps basically until it's all built up. So I'm adding another layer of the 5x7 frame. So like I said, I'm going to do 3 rows of the frame casings. So just adding a fix all and following up with the hot glue. And place the 5x7. Now, one thing I will say, I really don't really care for the hot glue on there because you don't get an even stick. You can kind of see where the hot glue was actually placed, but it is much easier when you're trying to go ahead and get it done. If you don't use the glass on each frame, you probably could use some clamps to hold everything down in place if you just wanted to use whatever type of strong glue without the hot glue. That would be easy as well, but the clamps that I have, it's kind of hard because these are like angles to place those on there and have something to hold on to. So I'm just using the hot glue because it's much easier for me to go ahead and get the video done. So next I'm starting another layer on this part with the 5x7. I actually got ahead of myself. I moved it over and I got distracted to start doing some other things and forgot I never laid the top 8x10 down again. So I started laying another row of the 5x7, thinking that the top was already glued down, but it wasn't. So I got that one laid down and I realized, oh, the top isn't on. So I just lifted it up and I just went ahead and glued that next 8x10 frame down. So basically for each set of cases, you're going to be using, and I may not get the numbers correct, but it will be a link in the description box. Well, not a link, but it will be a list of the items that I use in the description box. But I'm thinking that it's 3 of the 8x10 frames and maybe 6 of the 5x7 frames, as well as 1 mirror from the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure of the size of that mirror, but if I had to guess, I would say 8x10 because I think it's about the size of the 8x10 frame. So I think that's going to be for each case. But like I said, it will be a list provided in the description box. So yeah, you're just repeating these steps. As I stated before, it's the same steps, but on the top layer, I'm actually using the mirrors, the black mirrors from the Dollar Tree. So basically the same thing, using the fix all, following up with the hot glue, but I also tried to glue the mirror down to the frame just like I do with the other frames. Just ran a layer of the hot glue around the casing of the mirror, because those mirrors tend to be a little bit jiggly to me. So I just added some hot glue to that and I'm just placing this on top. So this is the top layer. You just want to make sure everything is even and just apply a little bit of pressure to make sure everything is adhered. So this part right here is optional. If you want to add some feet to the case, you can use like some napkin rings or something. I was going to use the napkin rings. In the end, I did not use them because when I show you the other options as far as stacking these, I felt like it would have more support without these napkin rings. So this is optional. I'm not sure if I'll go back later and add the napkin rings or not. But as far as the bin here, so I noticed that they have, I think, about 3, maybe 4 different sizes of these bins at the Dollar Tree. So the actual size that I use for this project, it's the 7x9x7. So if you look at the SKU number on the package, the the last 4 digits is 775 for this particular size that I have. So you have the 7 inches far as the height, you have the 9 far as the width, and then you have 7 from front to back. So that's the size that I actually used. So this is how it looks, you guys. I use 2 sitting by each other. You can put these closer together if you desire. And I just kind of played around with it. You can leave some bins out and use it as a case. You can display things on the inside as well as the top. So this is one look. So I went ahead and used 6 bins for this. And then I'll show you some other looks. Well, just still showing you this same look with the mirror on top. Just showing you how you can kind of decorate it. So this is with the 3 cases together. And I just put 2 bins on the top layer, 1 in the middle, and 2 bins at the bottom. And just kind of filled in the other shelves with some little decorative pieces. So that's another option that you can do. I really like this option, and I just laid some of those little figurines from the Dollar Tree on top. Well, all of this, everything on here came from the Dollar Tree except for those elephants. Those came from Walmart, and I painted those and added some rhinestones to those. But everything else is basically Dollar Tree. So this is another option where I stacked 2 on top of the other. Well, I stacked 1 on top of the other, so you have 2 stacked here. And then this is an option where I have all 3 of the cases stacked on top of the other. So I like this look as well. So it's kind of tall when you have all 3 stacked on top of the other, but I really like that look. So I'm also going to show you, I think maybe one more look. So this is another look. Well, that's basically them stacked again. I just put these in my bathroom to see how it looked in there. So these are the ones that stack, but then I'm also going to show you another way to stack these. And that's, again, that's why I did not put the napkin rings on the bottom, because it would have given more, it gives more support when you stack it like this. And these are just stacked, they're not glued down or anything. I don't really recommend this if you have small kids running around, or even larger kids is running around playing, because it's not the most sturdy project, but it's, I mean, it's okay. But if you have kids running around, you may want to put this in an area where the kids don't really go. So this is another option where I put 2 down on the bottom, and then I stack the 3rd one kind of in between, in the middle on top. Just try to center it up. So this is another option for stacking these. Well, that's it for now, you guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment, like, and share these videos. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so, and don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that I upload. And I thank you guys for all of your wonderful comments. Thank you for all of my new subscribers as well as old subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, you guys, bye.